Hello? Oh shit. Is it working? It seems to be. Hello? Oh shit. Is it working? Okay, well then. Guess we're gonna get started here in a second. We just finish setting something up real quick. Make sure things are set up. Okay.
館内へご案内。ここはね、聞いてようこそ。聞いて聞いて。ようこそ。よし、行こうか。
I've already done some of these.
これはね。
I'm sticking to the easier ones because the 3 stars I struggle with quite a bit too.
楽しみだね。スタート。ちょっと待つだけよ。
I'm going to turn this down a little bit.
まいたけまいたけぐるぐる。まいたけまい。
I think that's good. And in the middle, right? I believe. Maybe. Oh, is it just the whole thing? It is.
すごい。
There, I'll just fill out this line. I won't worry about any more than that so far.
なるほど。やったー。なるほど。
That's what we have there. This one, this information. I can, for now, do some of these real quick.
なるほど。
This, we just, well, like, I can go to there, I guess that's good.
うん
This is
う
also
ん。
full.
いいね。
Which means that has to be full
やっ
there.
た。すごい。
That's done.
なるほど。
That's done. That's 5, 3, 8.
いいね。
Okay.
なるほど。やったー。
4. And from there we can just 1, 2, 3. You know those go there.
なるほど。
This line is solved.
いいね。
This one seems to be as well, or not. No, duh, because there's one here. Oops. Two randoms right there. This one is solved.
すごい
Which helps some, because this is
な
just
るほ
two.
ど
That's done there. This is
いいね
as well. Solves all those. Says there's 6 left.
うんうん
That actually
Yatta.
finishes that. Also gives me some of these.
ふむふむ なるほど ふむ
I know.
ふむ
Sorry, not that. There. There.
うんうん
That's what that is. Does solve that.
なるほど
Maybe there. I don't think that changes anything else. This has to be done there, which also means there.
うんうん
Probably only gonna keep the stream up for maybe a couple puzzles.
なるほどすごい いいね
As
うんうん
since this is a test to just see how it runs. Oh, I guess that
ふむふむ
means that way. That could be. That has to be the 2 then, right?
やった
Oh,
ー
maybe
なる
there's
ほど
something there. Also,
Sugoi!
finishes that one. That means you have to be there. Okay. That means those have to be together.
Huh,
That's
huh.
one of those two, and so there's two that finishes like that. There.
なるほど
Yeah. It is easier for me to work the sides. I mean, this one in particular, the sides are shorter, so it's just is easier to work left to right since that's only by 15 instead of 20. It's a 3, which I fucked up somewhere. Oh, because that's where I fucked up. Oops. That has to be the one. Is that all of it? This. Oh, that's finished. Nice. That was a 1. Anything there. This row only has 1s. I guess it can't go there. And this one's also finished. I
Sugoi!
have to go there. Finish you. Done as well. So you can't be any. That
Yatta!
finishes that, which finishes this column. I think it was in column right. Has to finish there. Something is wrong here. happened.
やったー。いいね。
Like that's because 3, which means that has to be a 1. Sure. 2, 2. So 1 somewhere in here, actually. Is it this then?
すごい。
It might be. What the fuck happened there? Well, I also... Yeah, I think it has to be, because that's also a row, a column that I thought was finished and wasn't. Is that the last one? That was the... I don't know when I made that mistake.
あっぱれ。自画像ゴッホ。
Self-portrait of Van Gogh. Yeah, let's listen to that.
ゴッホの自画像は現在では
38 self-portraits of Van Gogh are
38点ほ
confirmed
ど
to
確
exist
認
to
され
this
ていま
day.
す。これはその1
This
枚で
portrait, this
34
particular
歳
piece
頃
is
の
one
自
of
画
them,
像です
painted
ね。
when he was around
パリ
34
滞
years
在
old.
時、新
During
印
his
象
stay
派
in
である
Paris,
ス
it
ー
said
ラの
Van
点
Gogh
描画の要
incorporated
素を
elements
取り入れて描いたと言われています。
pointillism from
しかし
Sir
ス
and
ーラの静かに並んだ点
However,
描と異
unlike
な
Sir's
り、
claim,
ゴッホは炎の画家の異名のごとく力強いタッチで描いてい
Van
ます。
Gogh painted with bold
知識
dynamic
や技
strokes.
法は取り入れつつも、
This piece
それを自身
exemplifies
の画法
how
へ
he
と昇
absorbed
華する、
knowledge and
まさに
techniques,
芸術
transforming
の
them
広がり
into
方
his
を
own
見せてくれる作品だと
demonstrating
思います。
the expansive nature of artistic evolution. Go back on this what? Neo-impressionist painter. Van Gogh incorporated elements of pointillism from Seurat, a neo-impressionist painter. A neo-impressionist painter. However, unlike Seurat,
しかしスーラの静かに並んだ点描と異なり、ゴッホは炎の画家の異名のごとく力強いタッチで描いています。知識や技法は取り入れつつ、
giving him the nickname Painter of Flames. Interesting.
つつも、それを自身の画法へと昇華する、まさに芸術の広がり方を見せてくれる作品だと思います。
I took an art class a few years ago. I feel like one of the pieces was like very intro to art. I feel like one of the pieces we made was with pointillism. I can't remember what I painted. I might be able to find it. I saved all of my all of what I made in that class. I just have to find the folders. Alright, here's okay. I did a. If I'm correct in this, I did a landscape. I guess you'd call that. There's not too much detail. There's not too much to go on about. There's orange and red path on the right side, and on the left there's a tree with a pond behind it, cut out of the painting. You can't see the whole thing because of the shape of the tree. It seems to be sometime during the day, because I also painted the sun in there. It looks like I also did some shrubbery brushes on the side too. Interesting. I enjoyed that art class. It taught me a lot. It allowed me to really appreciate art in a way I never had. If we go here. Disconnected brushstrokes. Painting technique in which, instead of blending the paints on the palette or the canvas, the artist paints with unblended color. This technique used by many impressionists such as Monet, Renoir. Impressionists such as Monet and Renoir relies on the visual effect of distinct colors used close together, appearing to be blended when viewed from a distance. Unlike the pointillism technique employed by neo-impressionists who scientifically analyze color and light to recreate it in their works, the disconnected brushstrokes used by impressionists create natural-looking color and light. Interesting. Pointillism. Okay, yep. Pointillism is what the one that I made is from. That rings a bell. Okay. Interesting. Pointillism, a painting technique developed in the second half of the 19th century by George Seurat. The artist devised this technique based on scientific approach to perception using tiny dots or very short brushstrokes to create the effect of bright light and vivid colors in his work. Instead of blending pigments, pointillism used closely spaced dots of different colors to create a blended effect. When the work is viewed from a distance, portraying bright light was important to the Impressionists too, but pointillists are distinguished by a well-calculated composition and application of color. Van Gogh and many other great painters later influenced by this technique. That was all in the glossary, right? It's appears. Oh, Neo-Impressionists. An artistic movement which began in Paris, France from the second half of the 19th century to the early 20th. While Impressionists aimed to convey an impression of bright light, Neo-Impressionists did so through application of scientific approach informed by color theory. A characteristic Neo-Impressionist technique is pointillism, using tiny, regularly spaced dots. Mine was not regularly spaced. Of distinct colors instead of blending colors on the palette or canvas. This new style allowed the artist to overcome the weakness of the Impressionist style, blurry outlines and motifs, and express vivid colors, bright light in a new way. Painters representative of this style are George Seurat and Paul Signac. Explanation. One of multiple self-portraits painted by Van Gogh in Paris, the brushwork technique characteristic of Van Gogh's style, based on disconnected brushstrokes, is said to have reflected his response to pointillist technique of George Seurat. Unlike works of Seurat, Van Gogh's work contained whirls of dots and short lines in deep colors like green and blue. Let's look at the it creates a very I'm looking right now at his the jacket, and it has like a very, I don't know how to describe it, distinct texture with the different colors all overlapping next to each other. I mean, his face, when it's zoomed out, you can see like the coloration of it with the different colors. Sorry, the shading. Created by the different colors. And when zoomed in, you can see the way that he used different particular colors in certain spots. It's very interesting. I'm probably only going to do one more. This one. We'll see if I continue starting going top down. So a few that are We'll see. If I continue left to right, or if I switch top to bottom, because that is where it's shorter. So this will be a good, interesting test, I suppose. On that, no, that goes there then. This is actually, is this all of it? Yeah, it's a good way to finish that off then. Because that also goes there. Which finishes that off. Can't be there. This also lets me do some of this. I'm not going to count out that the rest of that column. One second. Right. Yeah. Okay. Sorry. Let's make sure. Okay. 7, which means. Let's finish that and then. Okay. I feel like it's getting good progress already. Well then. 5 could be there. 4 could be okay, so it's there, and that means you were there. Nice. Okay, well that means that it's finished there. You're done. You're done. You are finished. That can go to there. This can go to there, right? And then. Or I guess. No? I think. Okay, well. The question, I'm doubting slightly. Having slight doubts right now. Oops. That has to be the 4 actually. Okay. I can go there. Neat. Interesting. Well then, okay. It's just missing a 4. That has to go there, which means this also has to be the 3. 5. That has to be 5, so that has to be X'd out. That is finished. Which also means this has to be a 2, this has to be a 1. I'm realizing this is a 2. 2, so I don't think I know anything there. But I do know that's a 2 and that's a 2. means 7 goes here.
すごい。
Neato. Most of it was here. For that, okay, I can just finish this entire row.
すごい。
Most of the bottom done. Okay, okay. This one's going pretty well, actually.
いいね。
Has to be that there.
やった。なるほど。
I don't think I've ever done it quite like in this way, where I feel like I'm slightly spiraling. With like, I'm moving in from the edges of what I see, what is known. Although I can't do that anymore. I can do it like this, but that lets me there. Right? Yeah. Unless, wait, actually no. That has to be 2. Is this?
やった。
Nice. It has to be 4.
なるほど。
This is also a 4, but that means that goes there. 3, which actually means this has to be 3 like that. This is 2 there. 7. This is all connected.
なるほど。
Those definitely are not. That's 2 there and there. 1 has to be there, which means 2 is here. That's just a 1. This is a 3. So that finishes the 5 there. That is a 2.
なるほど。
Interesting. That actually
すごい。
column and row right there. No, that's 4 there. This also finishes this. Soups. Was there.
やったー。ふむふむ。 なるほど。すごい。
Well, let's work our way. Yeah, there it goes. Still don't know which one that is. That's 1, 2 though. Oh, that finishes here.
いいね。
Know what this is. You're done. Now I'm just
すごい。
there. You're done as well.
なるほど。やった。
Here. That's a 2. Is there one is somewhere here. 3. Wait. Sure. Nope. Okay. 2 has to go there. Which one finishes that one?
いい
This
ね。
one's done. This one is done.
やったー。
There's 4 here.
すごい。なるほど。
There and 3. 1. Nice.
おめでとう。星月夜。
The Starry Night. Oh, this is, I think this is actually my mom's favorite painting. She loves this.
この作品はゴッホが亡くなる前年に描かれました。当時のゴッホは人間関係などがうまくいかず、精神的な病にかかり、フランスの療養院に入院中でした。この作品にはゴッホ特有の短い筆致で描かれた大きく渦巻く夜空、 ゴッホにとって命の色である黄色で描かれ
And the
た
moon in
月
yellow
と
to
星々、
him, the color of light.
その星に届くかのように描かれた
A cypress,
キリスト教では
which
死
in
を象
Christianity
徴
was
する
used as a
糸
symbol of
杉、
death, seems to be
そして
reaching
そこ
towards
に
the
は
sky.
本来存在
It
し
also
ないオ
included
ラ
a
ンダ
Dutch
様
style
式の
church
教会が
that
描
does
かれ
not
ていま
actually
す。
exist in the scene.
この作品はゴッホが考え
It is
る
believed that the
命
painting
や
expressed
死
Van
と
Gogh's
いっ
thoughts
た
on
抽
abstract
象的
themes
な
such
も
as
の
life
を
and death,
自然
depicted
風
through
景と
a
故郷
natural
オラン
landscape.
ダの街として描いたと考えられていま
Town
す。
reminiscent of his homeland in the Netherlands. It's pretty cool. That was stuff I didn't know about this. I'm curious if my mom knows about this. In his signature style, Van Gogh creates a magical scene with the starry sky above the village. The stars and the moon are like powerful whirlpools in a billowing sky, contrasting with a peaceful village below. A tall cypress reaches up to the sky, as if to root it in the land below. This haunting painting was inspired by the view from Van Gogh's room during his stay at a mental health facility, but is combined with the elements that did not actually exist, such as the village. The result is a mystical work where reality and imagination intertwine. That's really cool. But on that note,
ようこそ
I think I will
ジューフーテイラ
be
デン
done
が
for
ご案内
now.
ピクセルミュージアム
I'll leave this up. If anyone watches it in the future, thanks for watching. I'm not sure what is going to be happening. This, I mean, as the title says, this is a test stream. This channel, if I do more with it, it's not guaranteed. This was just to see if I could. If I do more with it, that will probably be when I'm in school. My idea with this was to give me something to do alongside school. I mean, I'll be looking for work as well, but the thought, sorry, with all the stops, I'm organizing my thoughts. The thought behind this was to give me something to work towards for myself while I'm in school. And gives me somewhere to kind of decompress and digest things as if I'm going over what I learn, or maybe I'll do some I think I heard they're called study with me streams. I think that'd be fun. Maybe you can see my work if you're what I'm going to school for is creative writing. That's the plan. I have to finish the application, so I'll probably be working on that for at least a part of today. But yeah, so I'll be working on that today, try and get that finished, and maybe sign up for classes, and we'll see from there. Fall classes, obviously. But yeah, thanks for tuning in if you do, and thanks for watching in the future if you're seeing this VOD. Peace.